He rode a blazing saddle. He wore a
Hi, I'm Joe. And do you like Blazing Saddles but feel like most of the jokes go over your head? Well, here's what the average consumer thinks of the million ways to die in the West.
The American West is a terrible place and time. Everything out here that's not you wants to kill you. Angry drunk people, hungry animals, outlaws. Oh, the doctor.
I couldn't save her.
She had a splinter. Doc, what the hell were you supposed to do?
I would like to welcome a new member to our community.
Welcome to our awesome town.
What's with this fair?
Every year, people die.
Really?
Everybody hold still.
People die at the fair.
People die at the fair.
1800s sheep farmer befriends a new woman in town, unknowingly that she is married to a very dangerous criminal. She helps him stand up to the man who stole his fiancée. What I liked about this movie is some of the humor and the beautiful imagery of the West. This movie looks great. It's just great to look at. What I didn't like about the movie is it felt way too long. And some of the jokes that were funny in the beginning of the movie started to wear thin towards the end. In other words, I loved some of the great potty humor, whatever you want to call it, but towards the end, it just felt like it was forced. Like it was like the only thing that was there to laugh at. Like, at least in Blazing Saddles, there was racial humor, jokes about women, and jokes about the West, and jokes about the villain. In this, it's all, potty, dirty humor, which is fine, and I liked it in the beginning of the movie, but towards the end, I just wish there was a different type of joke. I mean, it just felt like that's all that there was. It didn't help that this movie had not one, but two villains. And as soon as the first one was defeated, I was ready to leave. And I was like, and it was like one of those rules in comedy where once you get the laugh, you're supposed to go. In this one, they got the laugh, and they still had a second villain to defeat. And I was ready to leave. I didn't, and plus there was characters that disappear in the middle of the movie. They didn't have anything to do, so they just disappear, and then they come back in a scene filled with sex jokes that didn't have anything to do with either one of the plots. They were just background characters doing their background thing with neither one of the major, major characters in it. It was just them making sex jokes. It had nothing to do with anything. You could have cut. All you would be doing is just cutting jokes for the DVD special features. It would have been fine. It would have made the movie shorter and easier to watch. So it just felt like there was just too much extra stuff in this. It was almost like he was Seth MacFarlane. It felt like Seth MacFarlane was overcompensating and just overwriting and just making too much. It just felt like too much. See how I'm rambling right now and you're just wishing that it would have ended earlier? That's why I'm giving this movie an F. It's worth watching a couple times so that you know what's going on. After that, I recommend watching it just in chunks or in parts. Like catching it on cable or watching chunks on YouTube or whatever. It has good jokes. Just way too much of, and not all of them are great. Not all of them are clever. And some of them could be trimmed, but the ones that are in there were really good, and it's just not really worth watching an hour and 45 minutes worth of movie to get to 15 minutes of good stuff. And that's why I'm giving this movie an F. And that's what the average consumer thinks of A Million Ways to Die in the West.